Hello everyone. So let's start our session number 4. So this session is going to be a revision session in which we are going to revise the things that we have already learned. So the chapter name is tissues. So in this lesson we have learned that what are the tissues, then which are the main types of tissues. Then that main types that are plant tissues and animal tissues further divided into different tissues that also we have learned. Okay. In session number 1, 2 and 3 we are learning the plant tissues. Okay. So let's revise the things that we have learned. First we have learned that what are the tissues. So can you tell me that what are the tissues? Yes, tissues means a group of similar or dissimilar cells. As we know that, you have seen that tree diagram. Your body is made up of organ system. Your organ system is made up of different organs. Your organs are made up of tissues and then tissues are made up of cells. So like that there is a tree diagram. You have already learned that. So many tissues are present in the multicellular organism, as we can say that tissues are the group of cells. So obviously the tissues are present in multicellular organisms only. So organs are then created by combining the functional groups of tissues. Okay, and then there is a different functions performed by that particular groups of tissues. Then we have learned that when we are doing the study of tissues, so that term is called as histology, and the study of disease related to the tissue is called as a histopathology. Okay, so just remember for your general knowledge. So we have learned that there are two types of tissues, that are plant tissues and animal tissues. So firstly, we have learned that there are that is a classification of plant tissues. So you can see here, I think you have written your short notes also. So in plant tissues there are two main types, that are meristematic tissues and permanent tissues. Correct? In meristematic tissues there are again three types, that are apical, intercalary and lateral. So that we have completed in session number 2. Then in permanent tissues again there are two types, that are simple and complex. So simple tissues we have completed in session number 3. And that's why, see, so many tissues we have learned. That's why we are taking the revision session. Okay. So again you will listen that notes, you will listen that concepts carefully, and then you will remember that easily. Okay. So plant tissues. What is happening with the plant tissues? So as we know that plants cannot move, correct? They are stationary. So they want support, they want mechanical strength. So that is provided by the plant tissues. And most of the plant tissues, you can say that are made up of dead cells. That's why they can provide the better mechanical strength. Clear? See, plant tissues, where is the plant tissues are present, that leaf, stem and root. Okay. So these are the three body parts where the plant tissues are present properly. Yes. In second session we have learned about the meristematic tissues, in which we can say that meristematic tissues are also known as a growing tissues, means they can rapidly dividing cells. So according to the position, there are three types of meristematic tissues, that are apical, intercalary and lateral. So apical meristematic tissues are present in the tips of stems and roots. So as they are present at that area, there is a growth of that same area. That is growth of stems and roots. Same in lateral and intercalary. Lateral meristematic tissues that are present in the sides of the stems and roots. Okay. So they help to increase the girth, that is the circumference of stems and roots. So whatever the growth we can see in the plant, in the stems, in the roots, that girth is increases. So that is due to the lateral meristematic tissues. And next we have learned that intercalaris meristematic tissues which are present at the base of leaves and internodes and that help in the growth of those parts. Clear about the meristematic tissues? That are very simple. Only three types are present in the meristematic, that are apical, lateral and intercalary. So maybe from the word also you can easily understand. Clear? So see the apical meristematic tissues, intercalary and the lateral. So you should know the position where are these kind of tissues are present. So see, I have given the short note, meristematic tissues, their types, where are they present and their function. So I hope that you have cleared about the meristematic tissues. Okay. Next, we have learned about the permanent tissues. That is the second main type of plant tissues. So meristematic tissues are called as growing tissues and opposite to that, these permanent tissues are called as non-growing tissues. Means in that tissues, the cells are not dividing, the cells are permanent. That's why the name is permanent tissues. But how they form? So they form due to one process that is called as differentiation. So what is happening in differentiation? When the cells of meristematic tissues change their shape and size to get specialized in performing other functions in plant's body, so this process is called as a differentiation. Means we can say that when meristematic, see, the meristematic cells are keep dividing and growing until they reach a stage where they lose their ability to divide. So each and every cell is having a particular ability. So when that cells reach to that particular capacity, they will stop to what we can say that stop to work. Then that process is called as differentiation, which leads to the formation of permanent tissues. Clear what I am saying? So you have to remember how the permanent tissues are formed. So that is due to the differentiation. Means when the meristematic tissues stop to work, then there is a formation of permanent tissues. Clear? So in permanent tissues, there are two main types, that are simple tissues and complex tissues. So we have completed about the simple tissues. Okay. So directly we will see the revision or in the form of table. So in your textbook, one figure is given, that is figure 6.3, section of a stem. So if you cut the stem and if you will observe that stem, okay, through the microscope, so you will see this kind of things. That is, the tissues are present in the plant. Okay, so I think I have told you to make a drawing notebook. Okay, you can use art and craft notebook, otherwise one blank notebook. I have said that. Okay, so in that notebook, start to draw this kind of tissues. Okay, that given in your textbook. I have already sent a PDF of this chapter. So from that, take the screenshot of these diagrams and start to do your practice. So see, three simple permanent tissues we have seen, that are parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. So see, parenchyma I have given in a table, so you can easily understood the lesson or understood that this point. So see, parenchyma. So these tissues are responsible for photosynthesis, storage of food, gaseous exchange and floating of plants. In collenchyma, they are responsible for providing the flexibility. See, the plants, the stems or the roots, they can bend easily. So because of whom? Because of the collenchyma's tissues. And sclerenchyma, so these kind of tissues are important as they are making the plants hard and rigid. So like that you can remember the functions. So parenchyma, see the structure, they are a group of living cells with cell wall made up of cellulose. In collenchyma, there are also living cells with cell wall which made up of cellulose plus pectin, one chemical substance. And in sclerenchyma, there are the dead cells with cell wall which is made up of lignin. So I think this table will help you to revise, to remember the simple permanent tissues. Okay. Next point is about the intercellular spaces. So parenchyma cells are having large intercellular spaces. In collenchyma, there is a little intercellular space, and in sclerenchyma, there is no intercellular space. So this point is easy. Next is parenchyma. There are thin walls that surround each cell. In collenchyma, the cells present in these tissues are broad and irregularly thick at corners. So that you can see from the diagrams that given in your textbook, page number 71. So please draw that diagram in your notebook properly. In sclerenchyma, the cells are having the long structure with thick walls. Parenchyma tissues are found in leaves and newly formed branches. Collenchymas are present in leaves and stems, that bending parts, and the sclerenchyma where the hard parts are there, like your stems, then covering of nuts and seeds, veins of leaves. So in that parts, your sclerenchyma tissues were found. So maybe you have cleared all the things that we have learned in our first three sessions. So in you can see a diagram that simple permanent tissues in plant, parenchyma, sclerenchyma and collenchyma. So from the diagram you can see the difference. Next is one point is remaining in parenchyma cells, that in parenchyma another two tissues are there. In parenchyma, that is chlorenchyma and arenchyma. So what is a chlorenchyma? Maybe you have heard the word chloroplast, chlorophyll. Okay, so that is related to the chlorenchyma cells. So see what are the chlorenchyma? A specialized parenchyma tissues found in the green parts of the shoot and perform photosynthesis. That's why the parenchyma tissues are important, as they are performing photosynthesis. Clear? So this is differentiate from the parenchyma cells and alive at a maturity. See the functions: support and elasticity and the segregation. Okay, segregation. So these are the functions, but don't learn just the function or don't go in detail. Just remember that chlorenchyma is a part of parenchyma tissues which are important for the photosynthesis. Okay, as they are performing the, as they are having the chlorophyll. Okay, in chlorenchyma tissues there are chlorophyll cells. They are performing photosynthesis, and this is a type of parenchyma. Only that much you have to learn. Okay, and last one is a arenchyma cells. So these cells are having air cavities. So maybe you can see here. Maybe you have seen that the cross section or the section of a lotus stem. Have you seen any lotus stem? If you have lotus, just cut the stem. So you can see here the air cavities. Okay. So these air cavities means due to the arenchyma tissues. They are having air cavities. That's why your lotus plant can float on the water, is due to the arenchyma tissues. Okay. They are having air cavities, and that's why they helps the aquatic plants to float. So normally the arenchyma tissues are found in the aquatic plants. Okay, clear about this? So see the chlorenchyma and arenchyma that I have given the definition. See the manufacturer food, here they are performing photosynthesis. Here they are helping the plants to float in the water. So these chlorenchyma tissues are present in the layer of leaves. Here the stems and roots of wetland plant species, that is aquatic plants. See the function: photosynthesis. Here survival of crops under water logging condition and providing oxygen to the roots due to the air cavities. So again there are no types in chlorenchyma. Here are the types in arenchyma, but don't remember that. Then air species. So here the regular intracellular spaces are there, and here the enlarged air spaces are there. Okay, clear? So I hope that you have revised the things properly that we have already learned in first sessions. Okay, so now it's your turn to write down all the short notes, to revise the things again. In next session, we will start our new point, that is complex permanent tissues. Okay, so complete your short notes on time. See, this is a theory part. Okay, means there are no formulas or no chemical reactions and all. So you have to remember these things as it is. You cannot change the things. You cannot change the theory. Okay. So by reading, by daily reading, you can revise the things. You can remember the things easily. So it's my kind request to learn, to watch the session again and again, read your short notes again and read your lesson. Okay. Still, stay home, stay safe, and thank you.